It has to be. First thing I'm going to touch from update 29.5 has to be the Bubonico. It's a shotgun based arm cannon with an alternate fire. You can get this from the biolab inside of Clan. You do have to research it first. It will take 3 days for that. Building it, you need 10 built mutagen mass, 3 argon crystals, 1200 plasties. This thing does not look too bad for a mastery rank 13 weapon. And it does come with a dash polarity to fit in whatever you really want. Whether punch through is going to be the amazing thing that saves this weapon or not, either one of these can fit in there. You can also use it for reload speeds, ammo, I do believe somewhere, yeah, damage. That's the biggie, adding damage to that slot. It sucks when you get a weapon and it's got a polarity on it and there's no damage mods that go in there. Mainly this one, that basically the only damage mod is cold damage. I would like to add another V to this at some point. I will come back and do this, but I'm kind of looking forward to taking this off and trying something else to the point where I'm just leaving it like this. I corrected my mistake of running this with magnetic damage, even though for some reason it says it had 81. That can't be right. Even if it is, I corrected that, turned it to viral, and gained over 2000 total damage, which does go up a little bit for the secondary fire. The secondary fire on this works wonders. It has an insane amount of status. I don't regret adding crit to this. I thought I would, with the whole 25%, and you can't really get primed version of that. You can get a nerfed version, but not a primed version. That works wonders. And of course the crit damage can go up, and that alternate fire. Oh yes, I see what people meant when I first mentioned or did anything about this weapon, and I said, I'm looking forward to the secondary more. Still am, by the way. Just putting that one out there straight away. But this, yes. I'm so glad I waited. Yes, it definitely needs a third V on there. It will probably be done depending on how quick things have gone. If you saw a bit of footage where it has 3 formas, then I 3 formatted it, but at the time of recording this it only has the 2, and oh yeah, it was worth it. Over what it was unformatted, it made just a colossal difference. Obviously if you find a ribbon for this, then this thing can be made much stronger. Like an insanely, it's insane how strong this thing could possibly become. The thing is, you kind of want vigilant armaments on there, and yes, I'm going to try and defend the build I have on this because it adds multishot. Hell's Chamber adds multishot. Together that's 180% multishot. It's a shotgun. Rule of thumb with shotguns: multishot, multishot, multishot. The more multishot, the more damage this thing actually does. And remember, that damage total before, that's per projectile. So, more multi-shot, more projectiles, more damage. The reason this thing comes with an Exilus slot with a V in there is very obviously for fatal acceleration. You will see this at the same time I do. If we go, it has, where is it? Fall off. 19 to 41, and because I made a colossal mistake there, I was looking at this and going, the fall off is 50% with this in here for the radial attack. The radial attack is not affected by this mod. This mod only affects the primary fire mode of this. Just means that the projectiles will go further, it holds its damage for a further distance. Same for all shotguns. You can of course change the damage type on this to anything you want, remembering that there are mods such as Vicious Spread, which will increase the damage by 90% but also increases the spread, making it's great. That mod will work wonders at short range. I would say this thing is more of a mid-range style weapon. Long range shotguns are useless. This is why they nerfed the heck, because that had, no pun intended, but I'll take it anyway, a heck of a long range. And then they nerfed the heck out of it, and it just got completely ruined. There is also Blaze that will add 60% damage and 60% heat. If you want to run any elemental combination that has heat on it, that will increase the damage again. But, well, that one has no downside to it. That I can come across. Other than, what was it called? Scattering Inferno will also add 60% heat damage and 60% status chance. And the radial of this, the burst fire of this, with only 2 dual stat elemental mods, has 125.4% status chance, up from 57. This thing, I will admit, the primary fire mode, the status of 9.3 does go up to 20.4, not the best, which is why it has crit on it. For the status side of it, that is when the secondary comes into effect, and yes, straight off, will admit, this thing turned out to be much better than I first thought it was going to be. To quite an insane level, actually. For close range, you'll be hard up to find something that's, well, the Shedu is nowhere near as this. The larger magazine, the fact that Chilling Reload I have in there has a 40% reload speed, which means it reloads faster, which is absolutely great. Well, what did it go from? 0.5 to 0.4? Not a massive improvement, but a noticeable improvement. I would say the Shedu is better for mid to long range. This is better for short to mid range. And this is definitely a lot more status based than it is crit. And insanely more. I mean, it took me by surprise. I did not expect this thing to be as good as it actually turned out to be after trying it in the test server, which is why I said I'm not concluding anything until it's actually available and I'm willing to spend the time actually forming these things. Without Forma, you don't know how good something is, which, just from the way that it was, I expect the secondary to be better. I haven't finished that yet. I'm not comparing either of those till that thing comes out. But for now, I think I'll get back to leveling that thing up. Ooh, and equip the Cernos. I'm looking forward to that one as well. So, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.